So I'm only about 3 hours outside of Texas right now. I'm going to stay at my buddy's house, long-term best friend Dan, haven't seen in a year or two. One of the reasons I love having the van is I get to just pop in and stay with people, and I don't have to enter your space and be in your house. And honestly, I don't want to stay in your house. This is better. Friends have kids and shit like that. Everyone's old, so this just makes things a little bit more accessible for me to go and see the people that I want to see. Big fun week. I'm hoping to see a couple things done. One of which is going to go see Aubrey and talk about some things with Correct when I have an opportunity for it. And if I'm honest, I'm a little nervous about it because we're talking about a different role than just being an influencer, but being more of creative help. And I can find nervousness around being intimidated. Am I capable of doing it? Yeah. Am I good enough? So having this time to drive down has been really good for me to just think through it. What questions do I have? What things do I need to know to be able to make the next round of decisions? I don't have any connected to the outcome of this. I'm really excited about the opportunity, and this is a big one, a possible creative director or some type of involvement with a big brand, with someone I really look up to. So I know typically if I feel this nervous about something and I think about it this much, I gotta move toward it. So I'm a little nervous, but that's all right. The other thing I'm certain of is what I do know and how much I have accomplished. I had a chance to call and chat today with Rob and talk a few things with him, and also reassuring to have some people in my corner. Reassuring me that I do know what the fuck I'm doing, right? That I have built a brand and done all these things and solved all these problems for 15 years on my own without much of a team. I had to figure it all out. So I think I have a lot of value to bring to a company that needs to figure out how to tell their story and actually connect with people. So I'm going to go give it hell. 2, I'm going to go see Eric Hinman. Eric Hinman's a guy down in Austin who's doing some rad stuff. Community builder, into brands, has been an investor in a number of things. We're connected through a couple different companies, and he's someone that I've really looked up to as far as how he presents himself online, the lifestyle he's built, and how in love with living by his rules he is. And that's the type of stuff that fires me up. So being around more people that live that way helped me better formulate how I want to build mine. And number 3 is I get to go see long-term friend John Wellborn for his 50th birthday. So I'm really excited for this week ahead. And I've got calls and the rest of work and all this other type of thing. I need to train. Bonnie's going to fly in at some point. So quite the action-packed adventure. This is one where the week ahead is definitely better than the 12-hour drive there. It looks a lot like this.
The age is old. What you want? 6'7"? Some 6'7"?
I feel like I'm about to get eaten.
They look comfortable too.
Yeah.
They're not bad. These are an excellent toy. Great gift. I made it down to Austin. I got to spend last night with my best friend since middle school, Dan. And man, it's really important to me to have some of those relationships. At 42, I don't have a lot of people that I've known that long, especially that are doing well, that we root for each other, that we're still stoked to hang out whenever we get a chance. We have such a cool history together of adventures and different things, and he's someone I really love, and I understand being different places in life. He's got 2 kids, and 6 and 7 and a handful, so I don't very often hear from Dan. And it's easy to take that and think there's a disconnect, other than if I don't take it personal, I just realize he's probably really busy, and maybe I should reach out. Because if I want to chat with him, why don't I take action to make it real? I put the investment into the relationships that I want to have. Really important not to try to keep some type of balance sheet of who's doing what in a relationship. They don't build real great that way. Got in touch with Wellborn. I'm going to go hang out with him tonight. So, interesting Sunday afternoon. Park over at the shop and maybe get a chance to get under the van and do some work. But I doubt it. I doubt it if I'm really honest. But maybe. I could. Maybe. But I doubt it. John Welborn, speaking of relationships, John Welborn is one of my favorite people. He's been in my life since filming Drift to Lift season 3, I believe. It doesn't matter. I tore my meniscus training with him on that. We've road tripped with Indian motorcycles together, and he's been a real mentor and friend for a long time. Not to mention, he's a 12-year NFL vet and has run Power Athlete, a really great online training company, and works on vehicles. Super interesting guy and one of the most fascinating people I've ever met. So getting a chance to hang out with him is one of my favorites, and I'm gonna try to either sneak him in to helping me fix the suspension on the van, or at least I'm gonna do it myself. So that's my plan for the afternoon. Right now I'm gonna eat van treat, which is some barbecue I got at the gas station, and some rice. Doesn't have to be overcomplicated. I like the freedom of getting to go where I want to go. That's the luxury thing that I'm really turned on by, not how fancy a meal is.
Dreamed up this town. It couldn't have changed it. Listen, being the military governor of the U.S. Carefully phrasing his words, Bain said,
What a fucking cool place, man. John, I think you're just about as close to what I would dream to have set up. Big building, place to fuck with stuff. Except you're actually like a talented fabricator. I'm different than that. May as well bring you two, I don't fit well under anything. But this is a relatively roomy underneath. Alright, what's next? You go on. Then I need you as a 916. Yeah. Deep. Be cool, don't hit me in the face. I remember back in high school working on my Jeep, and I didn't have any money, so I would just like go to AutoZone and find stuff I could bolt to it. But I remember just hanging out underneath it and just, I don't know, trying to understand how everything works. I still like this. Everything looks good. Now I gotta just do the other side.
Don't they still shoot people for reading? It depends on your racial group. On the libraries and museums and concerts. But even so...
Shower was definitely a good move. Would have not been something I would have thought I would have wasted space on. But honestly, it really rules. At the end of the day, being able to shower, really great. Now that I got the hot water heater sorted, so that works well. And so, kind of continuing to take care of it, that way I get really the most out of it. I mean, look, the first week of March, and I've spent 5 weeks in it in 2026. It's got almost 60,000 miles on it. I bought it in 2024 and spent a year building it. So I've been getting after it. Getting to work on it's also giving me a chance to get more competency, learn new skills, feel more confident to go on bigger adventures. And because I've got friends like John who know how to do a lot of stuff, it's really good for me to go spend time with them and get a chance to learn. Having a setup like this with a big metal building, really nice. John's got like 16 acres out here in Bee Cave. He's also got a porta-john to start today, so it's kind of like I'm back at Burning Man again, which is great. I think ultimately that's what I would like. Big buildings to build my dope kind of thing like I have now, and I would like a little bit more room to mess with some vehicle stuff. Build things, make stuff. I don't know. All the above. So I have this idea in my head, and it's this idea of being a universe creator. And I guess that's like building your own, and I think everyone should. But building your own universe is your brand, your vibe, knowing everything that fits and also what doesn't, and what's important to you. And for John, being able to work on things, to have this property, to prioritize his health, to have all those things. Breath. How do we... And so I have a number of friends that I think do an excellent job of this. John does it really well. The Sorens at Sorenex do it really well. Rob Bailey does a great job of it. Aubrey Marcus has done a great job of it. Building out like this whole brand and energy and vibe to it. That's something I've always really liked. And for my friends who have done that, it's been really cool to get to come and spend time in their spaces, also when no one else is there. So for me as a friend and having relationships, part of that is just having access to that universe to go play around in it and see what's going on and how it feels, and essentially experiment with things that I figure out, do I want to bring into mine, or is this different? What can I learn? One of the things I'd say I'd learned is that the people that build these are busy. They're focused. They're not thinking about what you're doing or what anyone else is doing. They're focusing on building their dreams. So when they're not calling, they're not reaching back out, it ain't personal. They're busy, which is probably what you should be if you're interested in building a life similar. And that reminds me to keep focused on my thing and not worry too much about what's going on externally. Overall, there's a couple reasons I'm interested in doing this thing with Correct. One, I want to be able to do something with Aub. Spent a lot of time with him over the last 10 years now, and he's someone I've always really looked up to and respected the way they think and how they've run their business, and getting to spend more time with them I think will benefit me as a person, and so I'm interested in that. I'm also interested in getting to do some entrepreneurial, creative, problem-solving stuff like that with someone else that I look up to at that level that can help execute. But as I talked about earlier in the video, being nervous and all that, and I was yesterday heading over here for the conversation, and that lets me know it's something I should pay attention to, that I have to care, that it's exciting. And it felt really good. What I presented as ideas and were very well heard, and I got a chance to back and forth and brainstorm on a lot of things, and it felt really good to get a chance to do that type of collaborative, creative thinking. This will be a challenge. This is something that's gonna be tough to pull off, and it's going to take a lot of work, and I typically do really well when everything that's involved with me making something work involves just me. So working with a team in a situation like this is something I would like to improve. There's a big chunk of success that just comes from consistency and progress. And for me, I've been consistent long enough in doing my own thing that it's built a lot of credentials now for me to be able to take on other roles, whether that's last year and the 2 years doing stuff with Fight for the Forgotten, or if that's getting to do this opportunity now, or what I've done with Indian Motorcycles in the past. Any of these opportunities came down the road of a relationship getting built. I don't build relationships with the intention of networking in this type of way of what shows up. But I do intentionally build relationships with people that inspire me and I want to learn from. And so being able to keep those relationships long term. This weekend, I'll be seeing John, and I'll be seeing Aubrey, and I'll probably see maybe Michael Smoak as a friend that I want to have more of a relationship, and Eric Hinman, another new relationship. And building those relationships takes time. And it takes a lot of consistency, and it also is really important that I don't need anything from any of these people. I don't need their help. I don't need their money. I don't need their anything. I just want to be around other people like that. I want to be around people that excite me and fire me up and make me want to build my dreams and businesses. So let's go ahead and get some of our morning stuff done. It's going to be a good one. Push-ups still work. Thank you for all the days that I didn't know. Thank you for the confidence I built. Thank you for the challenges we saw. Thank you for being able to grow. Thank you for loving myself. Thank you for taking care of me. Thank you for slowing down. Thank you for having gratitude. Thank you for being excited. Thank you for being consistent. Thank you for continuing to show up. Thank you for solving all your problems. Thank you for becoming your best asset. Thank you for treating yourself accordingly. Thank you for becoming everything you need to do. Thank you for these lungs. Thank you for this body. Thank you for my hip. Thank you for my skeleton. Thank you, knee. Thank you, legs that have carried me through everything. Thank you to my upper back. Thank you for all the strength it's brought. Thank you for these lungs that fill with air. Thank you for this heart that beats in my chest. Thank you for the ability to form conscious thought. Thank you for being able to witness my own thoughts without judgment. Thank you for witnessing my former self without judgment. Thank you for the self-awareness. Thank you for growth. Thank you for the change. Thank you for the way my body heals. Thank you for the way sun rays translate through my visual cortex into beautiful things. Thank you for light. Thank you for warmth. Thank you for heat. Thank you for running water. Thank you for warm beds I've slept in. Thank you for the joy that I get in my life. Thank you for the ability to communicate. Thank you for the ability to learn. Thank you for the ability to follow through. Thank you for the ability to trust in myself. Thank you for continuing to grow my business. Thank you for continuing to focus on clients first. Thank you for continuing to be the man that you say you are. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for consistency. Thank you for the effort. Thank you for the unreasonable belief. Thank you for the desire to become who you want to be. Thank you for the focus. Thank you for clarity. Thanks for overcoming. For the last 30 days, I've been trying to drink as many energy drinks. I don't have a ton of negative side effect from them per se. I sleep good. All in all, look, it's just crazy that I put this much effort into the rest of my life and I'm still using gas station fuel, man. I know better. I know that I use them just out of convenience, so trying to find something better, this with correct edge, I really like, and it's one of the reasons I wanted to get involved with the company to begin with. I do highly recommend it. I think it's an incredible product. I think it has taken away me drinking 2 energy drinks and taking some type of nootropic, whereas this is all in one and makes me consume less things overall, and I dig it. I feel sharper. I also feel focused, but not in a reactionary state. So I don't feel like energized and scattered. I definitely feel sharper.
I got one. I got one.
It's literally like the majority of bicep work I've almost ever done. Taking a bit of a beating today. I did something stupid in the gym, playing with a mace and smoked my tricep. We're doing okay, we're holding the phone up still, so we're not that bad, but uncool feeling. I'm not sure I can do a push-up right now. We'll see how it feels in the morning. Came up to this little park, place to look, take a minute, get some work done, and then heading back to go meet up with Aub to keep talking about everything we're talking about. I'm really excited about it. It seems like it's going to be some type of creative role in his universe, and it seems a lot of fun. I know that I'm excited about it, and I think it will give me a chance to learn a lot of new things. And that's something I really want to be able to do with my time as well, is pursue things that keep bringing out the best in me and challenge me. So This feels like a good one. Also, it seems like the suspension upgrade so far was good. I think I got a little bit of a lift of about an inch, and things seem solid, but I better get back to John's late tomorrow. I'll probably climb back under there and just give an old checkarooski to everything. All right, let's go back into it. Keep thinking of ways to solve problems. Good morning. I am off to meet up with one of my clients and go for a walk and do our check-in. I got calls the rest of the day. But hot damn, I'll say this week, this has been very much one of those weeks where I am overall excited because I feel like I'm on the gas. I feel like I'm making moves to make more of my future real. Whereas a lot of weeks are work, and a lot of weeks are planning, and a lot of weeks are continuing to make the thing work. And this week feels like there's a lot of new different entities coming into it with this possible creative director role with this possible creative director role with Correct. Working with feels like a very different thing. It feels like exploring again. It's one of my favorite feelings, is the weeks that I know that I'm making my fucking future better. And it's really a full circle moment, because the other day while we were training in Correct, I very much remember my first time I went in there, 2017, before I got sponsored by Onnit. And I remember looking at that place and seeing their offices and thinking, what a fucking amazing place this must be to work, and how cool a creative director job would be for a space like that. So it's a little weird, but I'm here for it. And for me with opportunities, there's great things that I want to invest in, and hopefully money becomes more money. But then there's also things like this where I want to invest in, but I want to be able to play my hand. I want to participate. I want to help make it succeed. Because I know that if I can add my effort as to return on investment, then we have a better chance of succeeding. It's kind of like, if we go to Vegas, I ain't playing slot machines, man. Ain't no way to fucking be involved in the game and try to win. I'm playing blackjack. Something at least I think I'm involved in. I get to make choices.
I just need a thoroughbred cook when I'm hungry. I bring them to the light. On a beautiful day. On a beautiful day. Dreams grow. Dreams. That's on my chest. I'm sitting in my room as I'm looking out the face. Take only what you need. We like to watch consequences. No time to think of.
Really excited to go pick up Bond. I don't know, look, one of my favorite parts about our relationship is that we do enough things that I get to miss her. I like missing her. I love getting excited to go pick her up and have this moment of this collision that always reminds me of the early parts of our relationship. I can't wait to get my little person, have her in the van with me. And we got a fun day. We got a lot of stuff going on today, so. Ooh, picking her up. Hello, love. Ooh, I got you.
Presentable for a lady?
Try to make this a little bit more ladylike, because I've been living in it like a creep.
Bachelor pad for a week?
Look at that little thing. What's that doing?
Where is that? Oh my god.
I got my favorite person.
I've arrived.
Show me your van dance. Whoa. That's aggressive.
It's a little aggressive, right? I missed you.
Who are you trying to face fuck first thing in the morning? I will happily volunteer as tribute. Alright, calls are done for the day. We are heading into the city. I'm gonna go play around in Austin for the day now that our schedule is a little bit more open than I thought.
Wait, did you already explain why?
Why what?
Why our schedules were open? Stay tuned for that.
What do you think is important to explain?
There's a reason that I do all the scheduling and keep track of our calendar basically for an entire year, because the second Matt does it and tells me that there's a party happening this Saturday that we need to be in Austin for, and we show up and we're all ready to go, we find out that we are in fact 2 weeks early to that party. Not like a day, 2 weeks early. So no party happening tonight. That frees up our schedule. We're gonna go be Austinites for the day. South by Southwest is happening, so lots of fun stuff going on, lots of people to link up with. Yeah, headed to the park, enjoy some food trucks, get some steps, enjoy some nature, and maybe a little shopping to see where the day takes us.
The whole thing was a ruse to get you to Austin.
This also tracks. Happy to be here.
First stop on today's tour is going to get some coffee and then go walk about in the park. First park we're going to check out Zilker Park. It's a big one. You got people playing volleyball and some type of footy. There's slackliners and hippies. There's people doing photo shoots and ladies laying out in the sun.
Yeah.
Dogs. Abundant. It is nice out though. What was that? Oh, how she done do it? It's a lot from it.
A young buck anymore.
It's funny how much like that time though, like starting the podcast and anything like that I did gave me a chance to build relationships, like where a lot of those people I can't get an hour and a half of their time, but if I have a podcast I can.
Yeah, it's a great reason.
It's a great way to intro to people.
Yeah.
Back here at Smash Burger. It's our double smash burger. And as you can see how much I love it, I'm going to take a giant bite. A huge bite.
My favorite product here at the picnic.
Oh, she's juicy, girl.
Ooh, that's good. And
What'd you get?
a coffee. And it's just like yours. I needed this.
She's Italian. You deserve a girl, totally.
I do.
I know, completely, girl. Hype your lady up.
Bring, like, New York cycling scene is very utilitarian. Super boring.
Great meetup at Eric's. Got a chance to hang out again with Michael Smoak and Eric Hinman and some of the guys. Or Kelly, who's owner of Daughter. We're gonna go grab some dinner, enjoy a beautiful evening out, and then go meet some friends.
What? Tonight we're meeting?
No, what am I even talking about?
What are you talking about?
We're meeting friends now, and then we're gonna do nothing.
And then we're gonna do nothing. We're gonna probably make out
Yeah.
and then sleep.